what we have facing in front of us is tragedy.
Bruh,
If we don't get it together.
look, World War III. If you ain't stocking up yet for World War III, you better start because that mug is coming. Yep. Especially if Trump gets in office. Because if Trump gets in office and he stops giving the aid to Ukraine, and it shows that America's hands off, I guarantee you within the next year, China's taking Taiwan.
Thank you for watching. We are Black Press. Please remember to hit like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Now let's get to it.
Hello. Welcome. You like that?
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm your girl Trish.
And I'm your boy Mr. Define.
And we are Black Press. So we're going to jump into some topics. I thank you for watching and joining us.
Yes, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Right after money. Go ahead and get that. Hit that. Go ahead and hit that like button and get that out the way. All right.
Yeah. Share it.
Subscribe. Tell somebody. Hit the bell for notifications for all the new episodes. Look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. We've been out for like 2 weeks. We got a brand new baby.
Yes, he's so adorable.
I'm in a new semester, hitting in right here at the midterm. And life has been crazy. So we're gonna give you as much as we can right now. All right. So first, we got a lot on the docket. We're gonna talk about some Simone Biles. We talking about your girl Jasmine Crockett. They didn't put a black woman in Congress, and they are now feeling how black men feel trying to argue with a black woman in Congress. We got everything that went on with Sexyy Red and Donald Trump, Tyler Perry, Eboni K. Williams. But one more time, hit the like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we gonna get to it in now. So, your girl Simone Biles is killing the game.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, literally, this whole episode is just about black women killing it in one way or another. Mm-hmm. Some of them killing it in a bad way or getting shot at themselves, but Simone Biles is killing it in the game. Like, just freaking amazing.
She's amazing.
23 years old.
She's phenomenal.
But you know what? I'm gonna let the news people tell you because they got a script. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna hit you with it right here.
Not only dominating the competition yesterday, but this is just the performance that we have seen from her over the last several days. She is unpredictable and so incredibly exciting to watch.
Oh, she really is. And let's not forget the hero that she also was when she said she needed a break, and look at she's back. It's just so incredible. She's preparing now for individual competition alongside also Charlize Jones. Both are scheduled to compete this weekend. How has her performance been going? Obviously, it seems in the team everything was good, but what about with the individual events? What do we know about how it seems that the competition's shaping up?
Yes, so that's a great question as well, because, this is the next phase of the competition, so it's not over yet. Charlize Jones, absolutely the one to watch. She got silver last year in the individual world. Of course, Simone Biles wasn't there. As you mentioned, she takes this 2-year hiatus, comes back, though, better than ever. So all eyes should be on Charlize Jones. I mean, she crushed the uneven bars, even pulling ahead of Biles on that skill. And also, experts believe that she is probably going to be one of the individuals on the Olympic team going to Paris. But there's Simone Biles, the greatest of all time. She just had another skill named after her a couple of days ago, making that 5. She performed one of those 5 skills yesterday. She's just so consistent, and it just makes your mind, I don't even know, how does she do this? She just took 2 years off. She comes back. She's better than ever. She's a veteran at 26 years old, mind you. She's a veteran, and she's just stellar. So, of course, on Sunday, we do suspect that Simone Biles will.
So she's been awesome, pretty much. She's been amazing. Just like to take 2 years off and be able to come back and still fire on all cylinders and get 5 different skills named after you. It's only you can only describe it as black girl magic.
Yes.
To do this and be what they said 23 years old.
Yeah, I think 25. 26. Yeah.
It's unheard of.
Yeah, she came back like she never left.
Exactly. So it just shows to show that if you put in the work and you actually take time to take care of yourselves, and that's what a lot of us don't do. When we push too hard, eventually you're gonna break.
Yeah, crash and burn.
Exactly. You push a car on 100 miles per hour over and over and over again, always, without actually going into the pit and getting your service done.
Yeah.
You're gonna break. You might mess around and end up like me, 35 years old, pushing in the military and get diagnosed with arthritis in both hips. Now you gotta get your hip pulled out.
Yeah.
But she had the right mindset of being able to, hey, take a knee, get yourself together. She actually even got married during that time.
Yeah.
Which is like, wow, taking a break and getting married, because she felt like she had somebody that she could.
It has her back.
Has her back, exactly. Yeah. She also talked to a reporter about what she's doing and what she's been going through. So we're going to look at what she said about that.
Yeah, it felt really good, especially after everything that's happened over the past year. So everyone that was cheering made posters and all of that in the crowd. Like, it just made my heart melt that they still believe in me, and I got back out here and I did what I was training, so I'm very happy with the result.
Why'd you decide that a return was right for you?
I always kind of knew as soon as everything that happened in Tokyo, so this time I'm doing it for me. I worked a lot on myself, and I believe in myself a little bit more. It's just coming back out here and starting those first steps again.
You know what, though? She sounds like how black women are in the rest of the world. I'm focusing on me. I had to focus on me. I have to do for me.
That's important.
You know what the difference is, though? She doesn't have any kids.
Yeah.
So when you do things the right way, and stress of work and life and the things that you're trying to achieve actually weighs you down, you can take a knee because you don't have any kids that you have to continuously provide for.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that. Like, yes, take a knee. Now, she didn't do what Naomi Osaka did, where she gets stressed out and she finds relief in a dude that's not even smart enough to not get you knocked up. Like,
yeah, it's two people, but they're like parallel.
Yeah.
So you see one that took her break and actually focused on herself, and you see one that took her break
and just dumped it into somebody else.
Yeah, she took her time and put it into somebody else, and then next thing you know, they have product of theirs.
And Simone Biles actually put something into somebody else too, and went all the way to the finish line of getting married.
When you're not ready, you take the necessary precautions, and you make sure that everything is set in place prior to engaging in that activity. But a lot of times when females be on there like, oh, it's about me, I'm just going to take time for me.
Yeah.
You think about the pleasures of you and yourself and what makes you happy.
Yeah.
So you don't think about the consequences to that.
And being smart, you don't think about and that's what gets me about our black women is I know how smart y'all are. So why take the dumb route? Like,
it's all about pleasure. What excites you? What gets you going?
I don't think it's about pleasure. I think the pleasure, the seek of pleasure is what causes the going in the wrong direction. But it's the lack of emotional and mental intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Yeah, emotional and mental intelligence.
I don't agree, because black women are very emotionally intelligent. When it comes to making certain decisions, however, there is a lack of follow through and making wise decisions that doesn't affect.
So that's the mental intelligence.
That doesn't reverberate into your professional and your personal life.
But what is that? Like,
together.
what then? So if you don't think making the wrong choices because of how you feel about somebody
Mm-hmm.
is not a lack of emotional intelligence. And what do you define emotional intelligence as?
Because sometimes emotional intelligence is faulted to where you're thinking like, okay, I'm making this decision for me, but in all reality, it's not something that's for you. You're making that decision for everybody else because a lot of pressure is placed on the black women because now black women are heading households and they're like the main person that's making those decisions.
What about
so
the
they're
black
making
woman?
it for themselves, but they still have to consider.
What about the
other
black
people.
woman that doesn't have kids?
That doesn't have
She
kids?
doesn't have. She's head of household, but she's the only one in her house.
So
So what is that?
If she's a single female that doesn't have responsibilities, because as I've stated before,
Yeah.
a lot of black women are head of the household. So even if you don't have children, you still have like a sister, a sibling that you help out that probably has kids and stuff like that. You have to help her, or a brother, or it's always like black women take on the burden of not only themselves but other people and their other family members. So when you have like a selfish moment, it's like I'm doing this for me.
Right? But I'm doing the wrong thing for me. That's where the problem comes in at. If you do something for you, okay, go take a vacation, go relax, go decompress, but don't get yourself into something that you can't reverse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want us to do is like stop allowing our stresses to put us into situations that we can't get ourselves out of, that we can't reverse. Take a trip. Shut off your cell phone. Don't shut off all social media, but don't go to the point so far to the point where you just are now in a position where you've just added more stress on yourself.
Well, I agree to a certain extent because what people don't realize is when you have a child, it's like a contract. You have this almost 18 years, sometimes plus, agreement. You can't, it's ironclad. You can't back out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you back out of it, it destroys your life almost. It's like filing for bankruptcy and starting over.
Yeah.
But you have this ironclad 18-year agreement and there's no way out of it. So you financially responsible for it. You're physically, mentally. You have to grow, nurture it. And sometimes not everybody wants to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like starting a garden. And you planting a seed and you see the seed is starting to grow. You still have to take the weeds out from it. It's so much stuff that goes into it. It's like you don't think about everything that encompasses it until you're actually in it, and it's like, dang, this is a lot.
Yeah.
You don't realize until after, so that's where
I know, and that's all I'm trying to say is like, okay, I need us to realize the danger before we're actually in it.
Yeah.
Recognize what's going on from other people's situations. A smart man learns from their own mistakes.
Yeah.
A wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a million different examples of the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not learning from that? That's what annoys me. Because we
say,
don't want to. We want to be. We want our own emotional connection of what we want. Mm-hmm. We want our physical needs met.
And that's true.
And we allow those emotions to be we allow those emotions to override our mental intelligence. We allow our emotions to
A lot of people think, oh, that's that person. That's not me.
Right.
I'm not gonna go through what they went through because I'm smarter, I'm wiser.
But we're not smarter
choices.
and wiser because we're doing the same thing that they did.
Yeah, but you don't see it until
walking around strutting like you doing like you smart. You're not. You have seen exactly what this plus this equals, and you still doing it because it makes you feel good. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how we can be so smart and still act so dumb. It's annoying. But Simone Biles killing it. take an example from Simone Biles.
Yes.
You push hard. If you feel it, feel the stress, take a knee.
Yeah.
Regroup. Drink some water. Then get back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But pushing through just because everybody wants you to.
Yeah.
It's your life. This is your life. And you can be great, but sometimes you need to take a knee and then go back and be great again. Yeah. And that's what she's doing.
And if you look in like sports, Sha'Carri Richardson did the same thing.
Exactly.
They're taking
the same thing.
Yeah, but she took that time to reflect on herself, and then she came back.
Stopped talking and said,
10 times. Yeah, she came back 10 times stronger and is in the game, and she's breaking records and everything.
She did lose to that same Jamaican star, but she's doing great.
That's Jamaica. But but seriously, that's don't do it.
So shout out to Simone Biles. Oh, and especially when she did that reach out to that young girl who was overlooked. Mm-hmm. That was heartbreaking. But hey, racism is everywhere.
It is.
It's not limited to America.
Mm-hmm.
If it was, then Africa would be awesome right now.
Yeah.
But it's not, because racism is everywhere. Next topic
is...
Ooh, yes.
A good one.
House Representative Jasmine Crockett.
Ooh. Speaking of powerful black women.
Right, this is literally... This is why black men have it so hard trying to argue with a black woman.
What's that?
Did you see it? Let me show it to you.
Heard them say, since we've been sitting here for I don't know how long.
Yes, I've been taking a tally.
Oh, okay. Can you show us? Can you tell us what the tally is?
More than 35 times, the Republican witnesses and Republican members of the committee have used the word if.
Thank you so much for that. Because honestly, if they would continue to say if or Hunter and we were playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now. Because I promise you, they have not talked about the subject of this, which would be the president.
I mean, look, and there's more. I'm telling you, if you listen to the entire thing of it, like her entire segment, it was... I was sitting there like, yep. All those other white males are like, wow.
He was speaking so calm.
She really but she really shut them up. She ran down the whole list like, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm telling you, I wish we'd have had the other one. The one that I saw was, she went down that whole list of this would have been this if it, they're not even looking at everything that the Trump kids got and this and that, and we're finna get shut down, and we're sitting over here listening to this and that. And I was like, yeah, that's what you're getting. You're getting what the black man has received for decades. An inability to... I mean, she was awesome. I mean, awesome. This is where we need... Honestly, this is where we need our black women to shine.
Yeah.
When you're in a courtroom and in Congress and you have the ability to speak
and bring issues to the forefront.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because a black woman knows nothing. If she don't know nothing else, she know how to bring the issues to the forefront
and argue the point.
Yes. Yeah. But shout out to Representative Jasmine Crockett. She really killed it. If you have not seen the full extent of how she addressed that witness and the rest of Congress, look it up.
Yes,
because she really crushed it. It reminds me of when Ketanji Brown Jackson gets in there when she's doing the questioning. I'll be like, yeah, she got it. What? Yeah, she'd be crushing it. I wish that the Supreme Court would actually let video record in the courtroom. they record the audio and they let that play on broadcast, but they don't let the video
you see
show.
People emotions.
But this one right here, she went in, and I was feeling sorry for them, but still at the same time, like, yes, give it to them. Give it to them. Same way y'all been giving it to us. So now they know how I feel. Now they know how I feel.
Y'all don't get it that bad.
Yes.
It's not that bad.
Okay. I don't get it that bad because, for one, I ain't doing all that stupid stuff that people do as far as all that cheating and stuff. But also, because I can argue my point.
That's right.
And if you got a response, I got a response for your response.
That is.
And the only reason I got that, I have experience because I have 4 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to argue very well.
You know what I do? Tell them what I do.
I reckon.
And just walk away.
That's like.
I reckon.
Women will do that. And that's why you can't argue with women, because if she's right, she's gonna tell you that she's right. And she's gonna make sure that she argues that she's right.
Because sometimes we let y'all slide and make y'all feel like y'all right.
Yeah,
but
let me tell you. But that's what I'm saying. When she wants to stop arguing with you, half the time, for us especially, it's because I am right, but you don't want to tell me. And the other half of the time is when you just don't want to argue about it. But when they say, Trish says, I reckon. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I reckon. When you don't want to tell me I'm right, but you don't have another point to argue against why I should be wrong.
I'm going to tell you a
That's
secret.
I'm
going to let y'all in on a secret.
That's an I reckon.
A little secret.
Or I guess.
When you're in an argument, men and women, and the argument goes longer, is because most of the time the man is right. So what we do is it's like a deflection.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Because you can't be wrong. Because a lot of times, even though y'all right, y'all hammer it down too much. So it makes it hard to concede to y'all, because y'all are like, I'm right.
If you concede at the beginning, I don't have to keep hammering it in. If the nail goes in the first swing, why would I keep hitting it?
Because as a man, you're supposed to be like, yeah, babe. Even though sometimes and then later on you're supposed to be like, you know what?
What does that mean? Yeah, babe.
Because you're supposed to agree.
You're saying I'm supposed to let you believe that you're right.
In some things.
I do that.
Actually, and then
I've started doing that. You know that I do that now. Now I'll be like,
it makes it a lot. Okay. It makes it a lot smoother, because
it does. Because I'm like, I don't have to argue about it.
Let me tell you why it makes it smoother. It's because once you be like, okay, yeah, baby, you're right. Then the wheels start turning in our heads like, he just made me win an argument. And then you realize,
never say she's right if she's not right.
Say she's right. Yes, it helps.
Since we giving tidbits, never tell her she's right if she's not right. This is what I do.
Okay.
If I'm telling you something and you refuse to receive it, I look at you and I go, okay.
I don't like that.
Because here's the reason. I've been learning this. I'm telling you.
It's like a psychology thing.
If I tell you, okay, right? I'm doing exactly what Christ did. He talked. And then when they brought him in front of Pontius Pilate, he stopped talking. I didn't say everything. I've said everything. You get on as far as to bring me all the way up here for crucifixion. What else do I need to say? I told you my opinion on it. After that, you do what you want with it. So, I go, okay. That's how men, especially now, and that's what a lot of men don't understand. It's like, and I can say that I didn't understand it in the beginning.
Yeah,
it took a long time for me to get it, but it's like, like you said, you're not gonna want to immediately relinquish the win or the concede. So, okay, I understand that, but that doesn't mean I have to keep arguing with you about it. And because I know I'm right, because of experience or just know-how or something that in my gut that says I'm right, then I go, okay. Because once I tell you okay and I let you do you, eventually it's going to come back around where you tried it your way and realized that I was right. So I don't need to tell you I'm right. I tell you my point of view, and then eventually you realize I was right anyway.
What happens when the woman is right?
I say you were right. You got to give me that. If it's proven that I'm wrong, I'll be like, yep, I was wrong. My bad.
Now,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
It took a while.
It did take a while, but I've learned enough that there's no point in arguing when a woman, if she wants to believe she's right, it does not matter how much you say, she's going to believe she's right. So, let her have it. Like, not let her have it, but let her have her way. That's what I said. Don't say, oh, you're right. If you're not right, I'm not going to say that you're right. But I'm also not going to try to force you to do something as a grown adult that you don't have you don't have to do it. I can't force you to do anything. But what I can do is say okay and not argue with you and walk away.
Real, baby.
All right.
Yes.
That's how you argue with a black woman. What's the best way to win an argument with a black woman? Don't argue.
Yes, I can. It makes it better.
All right, yeah. So, since we own politics, your girl, what you called her?
Nasty Red. Just nasty. Just vile, nasty, and vulgar. I just can't.
Wow. Yeah.
I just can't.
I can't either. I can't even breathe. So, yeah.
Heard them say
Little Shot in the Red, I guess. I'd rather call it Little Shot in the Red. She was in an interview and she decided to she explained why black people in the hood are for Donald Trump. And I'm gonna let you tell it. I'm gonna let you tell it. When I say you, I mean I'm gonna let you say look. Oh. Yeah, Shot in the Red. I'm gonna let you Shot in the Red. Go ahead and tell your side of the story.
You know. Yeah, they support him in the hood. Cause at first I don't think people was fucking with him like they thought he was racist, saying little shit and against women. But once he started getting black people out of jail and giving people their free money, oh baby, we love Trump. We need him back in office.
Yeah, a little bit of free money goes a long way.
We need him back. Cause baby, them checks. Oh yes, them stimulus checks. Trump, we miss you.
That's like Whoa Vicky. She's always talking about Trump. You see her ever?
I like Trump. No, I ain't never seen Whoa Vicky.
She's funny.
I love Trump though. He funny to me. Like I used to watch his not interviews, like him talking to people. He used to be calling people fat.
Yeah.
He just bold.
Wow.
He funny. Like we need people like him.
You know what? Honestly.
But before you say that,
people frustrate me so much.
Before, and she did make a point actually when Trump was on The Apprentice. I watched that show. I loved it. I loved his like, "You're fired."
Yeah, but
it was good. It was entertainment.
Entertaining.
But that's how he won people over. Like he won a lot of people over from that show. So his popularity
frustrate me so much, and it's not just black people, but black people frustrate me because those are the ones that I care about the most. And it's like, why y'all gotta be so ignorant? Not ignorant, ignorant. It ain't even about so. For one, why does your president need to be entertaining? Why does he need to entertain you? For one, why is that your your validation for support.
Because back even in the time of before they had TVs and all that, entertainment was what made your popularity. They used to hire like jokers and jesters to come and perform for them.
What they got to do with you wanting that person to be the president, like voting for to run the country?
That's what people want. People want to.
That's what I'm saying. That's that level of ignorant that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Then not like the other portion of ignorant that frustrates me is not even to understand that Trump might have signed it, but an entire Congress had to approve it first.
But they don't understand.
They don't understand it because that's what I'm saying. It's the ignorantness for me. And it's the willful ignorance. Because we got YouTube on everybody's phone. Shout out to YouTube. Go ahead and give us a check. Hit the like, comment, share, subscribe, please. But anyway, that's the level of ignorance that aggravates me because we have YouTube. Like, I can look up how does government pass a bill.
Yeah.
And I can watch 150 million videos on how government passes a bill. But we have a willful ignorance to say, oh, the president gave us this money. You got 200 plus people in the House of Representatives and 104, I think it's 104 senators that have to sign that bill for it to pass. Yeah. Trump didn't give you no money. And then on top of that, Trump ain't give you no money. That's your money. That's your money.
That's what because they took it back. That's your
taxes.
They took it back.
That is your taxes. They just giving it back to you ahead of time. And then they wrote it off in the tax returns. Yeah. Like, he didn't give you no freaking money. Trump did not give you no money.
He gave them a loan.
Exactly. A loan on your tax return. He gave you a loan on your tax return. That's your money. That's the money they're taking out of your check anyway. Like, come on, bro. And then the last part about it is we, especially in the hood, we want we want Al Pacino. What's his name? Tony Montana. We want Tony Montana to win. We always want the bad guy to win. Why do we want the bad guy to win? Like, dude, if you're the bad guy, if we as black people are the bad guy, they locking us up or beating us or shooting us before we get to the ground.
Okay, so on that point, what do you think is so bad about Trump? Like, what is so bad about him? Like that, like a lot of Trump is for the front man for the Republican, but no, he's a front man for the Republican Party.
Yeah,
right. A lot of people that back him are is racially motivated because they want white supremacy and things of that nature.
Yeah,
he never really came out and said anything.
He didn't have to. He's smart enough to know not to say it outright. But when he said "Proud Boys," stand by, stand down and stand by. What does stand by mean? That means stand ready. He's smart enough not to say it outright.
I just want people to get like a picture because the reason why the black community is so for Trump and they don't see him as like a major problem is because he doesn't present as a problem. He presents as somebody who is
he presents as a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah. So
like you think he's the cool white guy.
Yeah, he's cool
and he's
because
cool
he says anything because he says anything he wants without repercussion.
Yeah,
he's rich. He knows how to make money.
Yeah,
so they're thinking, okay, he knows how to make, and of course he's have to file like bankruptcy and things of that nature as it pertains to his financial backing. However, he, at his stature and where he is, people in the black community look up to him because they're saying
he's Tony Montana.
They're saying he made all this money and he can do all these things. So if he can do that for himself and his family, he can do that for the country.
Yeah, but he's also a result he is also a result of a system of white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the things that he can do, a black man can't do. So you're supporting a white guy who's doing everything that you know that if a black man did it, was trying to run for office, would be put up under the prison. If a black man did it, he'd be sitting in Guantanamo Bay.
But we know that. Black people know that.
No, they don't.
They do.
They do.
They know.
That's at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other stuff about not understanding Congress and all of that, and how bills are passed. Okay, that's ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that what he does would literally end up him under the jail if he was black. That's intentional stupidity.
Yeah, that part goes without saying.
That's intentional stupidity. To know what it should be and know that he's not receiving the same treatment as you would be treated as, and still be supporting of him, you are intentionally stupid. Ignorance is to not know. Stupid is to know and choose to do the otherwise. You're stupid. You're choosing to be stupid. And then the other people, the educated black people, the educated white people that are supporting Trump, they are selfish. I'm telling you, and somebody gonna hate it, but I'm telling you, to me, the people that support Trump are the same people that would have either turned a blind eye or been in support of, even if they did not own slavery and slaves. Because their process, the thought process is, I don't care who it is, how bad they are, as long as I benefit from them being in office. As long as I benefit from slaves being enslaved, even though I know it's wrong, I will turn a blind eye.
Mm-hmm. That's why she said stimulus checks. They feel like
I will get what I want if they're in office, whether they're crooked or not, as long as I receive what I want. Whether the enslavement of any person is right or wrong, it doesn't matter as long as I receive what I want. As long as I receive my benefits, you keep doing what you want. You are literally supporting a mindset that you know is wrong.
Mm-hmm. That I can agree with.
That's why I don't like him. And plus he was racist. He as a landlord, he was racist towards.
I don't like how he is towards women. Like
he was his comments towards women.
Yeah,
so that's number 2.
Towards women.
Number 3 is his comments that General Mike Milley has just come out about, talking about how was it Milley and someone else that was talking about how he did not want wounded warriors, wounded vets to be on camera with him because he felt like they were beneath him. That just happened recently where it all is coming out.
I remember that.
Like, you don't actually support the country. You really are feeding your own pockets. That's why your children, Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump, or what's his daughter's name? Not Ivanka, that's his wife.
No, Ivanka is his daughter.
Oh
no.
Anyway,
Melania is his
Melania. So that's why they're making more. They made more money.
Mm-hmm.
You got more money.
But isn't that what a black person would do? Get in and put their family on? I'm just throwing it out there because that's something that happens.
And they would get thrown in Guantanamo Bay. It's coming out that how much he did not like wounded veterans and veterans that had been captured because he thought that made them weak. Come on, dude!
Yeah.
Like what that mindset right there?
Because he hasn't had to be on like the front
because he was a draft dodger.
Like that, yeah.
He dodged the draft. My uncle was drafted into Vietnam War with twins at home. Mm-hmm. You came up with some fake injury or illness or inability to walk. You're walking fine, dude. Mm-hmm. You dodged the draft.
Yeah.
What part of that actually means that you care about America? None of it.
You care about America's money. And
they took Muhammad Ali's actual belts, championship belts, because he didn't want to go to the draft because he said the Viet Cong ain't doing nothing to me. The people in America are the ones that are holding me down. Mm-hmm. And paraphrase, but They took his stuff. What about Donald Trump? Donald Trump ain't cared nothing about America. All the generals are coming out saying it. All of the people, Secretary of Defense coming out, former. Like, dude, why do y'all keep pretending like he is the best president for you? He's not.
They see a benefit.
They see a benefit, and that's all they care about. But it ain't no benefit for you. He's just doing things so that he can. He didn't do anything, and I said it before. Like, the laws that are being passed are not being passed for you. Mm-hmm. Welfare was not passed for black people. It was passed for poor white people. Mm-hmm. You received some benefits from it after the fact, but you were never the actual goal to help.
Yeah. So
the people that he did release from prison was because Kim Kardashian. If Kim Kardashian hadn't been in that mix, he would have never even tried any of that.
Yeah. So what about in pulling it back to because the presidential election is coming up, mm-hmm. and they're gonna be running for they're gonna see who's the best candidate, right?
Yeah.
Of course, more than likely Trump is gonna be representing Republicans.
Yeah.
Now you have Biden. Why do you think Biden is? Do you think he's the person that black people should be going for? Point them in the right direction.
If you have to choose between Biden and Trump,
yeah.
If it's only them two,
mm-hmm.
you have to choose Biden, and it's because, for one, Biden is not intentionally. From everything that I've seen, he's not intentionally evil.
He's just forgetful.
Yeah, he forgets stuff. But
yeah,
even if you do, I mean, Mitch McConnell's still a senator.
Yeah,
what does that have to? The dude freezes in front of camera, and they still like, oh, he's okay. He's okay.
He needs to sit
okay.
down.
Like how many times a man gotta freeze in front of camera before you say he's too old to be in the Senate? If he's not too old to be in the Senate, then Biden's not too old to be president. At least Biden ain't went like.
And I don't mean to laugh because people's health. I don't mean to laugh. Oh, he really needs to sit down though. He has done his duties. He needs to.
And then you got to realize Biden has he has asthma. That's why every time you see him do a speech, he coughs. Mm. But mentally, if they say Trump can run the presidency
he look more healthier
from a jail cell, who look more healthy?
I'm saying, in a certain, he look richer, basically. He look richer
because he ain't got no stress. He got stress, but he tries to act like he's not at fault for anything. So how you less likely to be stressed out if you ain't got no fault for nothing? Because then everything you did as a president, everything that was good. I mean, of course, every president says everything that was good was because of me.
Yeah.
And everything was bad was somebody else's fault. Mm-hmm. But it's like when you don't care, why would you look stressed?
But people need to look further into it because there has been a shift. The black people were for Biden for a while, for a long time. Remember?
We all knew that he. I don't think that we were for Biden.
Yeah, Moneybag Joe. They gave him that nickname. They loved Biden.
They also, the people that are educated also know that he was the one that passed the bill to put more time on black people or not black people, but it was pretty much aimed at black people for I think it was the 3-time offenders pretty much getting life in prison.
Yeah,
stuff like that. So he wasn't. Everybody that knew he wasn't for us. Mm-hmm. But just because America has to operate in the entire world, Trump is not going to make that a comfortable, not even a comfortable, a successful movement within the world. He's not. He's haphazard. He does things that are not beneficial for the country in the long term. He's too short-sighted. He's about Trump is about what's best for Trump.
Yeah, that's sad. Our country needs to do a lot better because what we have facing in front of us is tragedy.
Bruh,
if we don't get it together.
Look, World War III. If you ain't stocking up yet for World War III, you better start because that mug is coming. Yep. Especially if Trump gets in office. Because if Trump gets in office and he stops giving the aid to Ukraine, and it shows that America's hands off, I guarantee you within the next year, China's taking Taiwan.
So you know what y'all got to do, right? Get out there. But as a matter of fact, since we have the time all the way until it's time to start voting, make sure that you're registered to vote so that your vote counts and it matters.
For sure. Vote. But if I could pick who I wanted to be president, I've said it before, I want Cornel West.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
I just don't think he's going to.
He's not popular.
Yeah, plus he's black. Yeah. And radical black. But he's I think
America goes after popularity. That's why on this show, even though that we've and look, work with us, people. Work with us. I'm telling you, we have upped our recording. We have did the things that we want to improve in order to reach out to you guys so that we're a voice in the community and we can reach out to people and make a difference.
Yeah.
We're trying to make a change within this world. Where our world is currently going is heading to a drastic change.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we get up there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We don't say that just to say it. We really want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe because we need your feedback. Tell us we doing good. Tell us we doing bad. Give us some pointers. Tell him he's wrong. Tell him he's wrong.
Okay.
Yes. But we do appreciate you and we thank you for watching.
Yeah, for sure. What's the next topic? Oh, speaking on that, never mind. Speaking on things going all the way sideways. For Shawty in the Red to be talking and people to be listening about her with the song that she got.
But you know,
like
it's so bad, but it's catchy.
But let me tell you about me. I ain't never heard it, honestly.
Yeah,
but here's the thing about music.
It's in my head.
Here's the bad thing about our music is we are mentally, emotionally, and sexually abusing our youth through the music. That's the problem.
Yeah.
The cycle has to continue because they used to hearing the same stuff that the adults are hearing, but they don't
definitely should not be hearing that stuff.
Youth don't have the ability to differentiate between what's real and what's fake and what's meant to be done as an adult and what's meant to be done as a child. So they living with everything confusing in their head. That's the only part that frustrates me because we're gonna always art imitates life, but that doesn't mean that a child should be sitting there staring at Da Vinci's nude model.
That's true. When I used to see figures like that when I was younger, I was just like, I just diverted my eyes because it was just too much. But nowadays,
they were like,
yeah.
Like
nowadays, you but in all reality, you cannot protect them. you can protect them as much as you can, or as much as you want, or as much as you try.
Saying we're going
but you cannot prevent them, because even when they go to school and they're around their friends, you can have that one friend and look.
That's my point. The point is the problem. Our problem is our music, because we can't control whether or not the children are hearing it.
That songs like that, if you say if somebody's riding in a car and they have children in the car and they have that song on, they should get locked up.
They should.
They should face charges, because that's child abuse.
It is.
The stuff that they talk about in those songs should be in a bedroom. It shouldn't be out blasting. Even if you're blasting that song, you're by a school, or you even in a circumference of children, you should get arrested.
Child abuse.
You should get locked up.
And especially because they say if a child witnesses one parent being violent towards another, that's child abuse.
Yeah.
So if a child listening to that type of material, that's child abuse. And it should be classified as that, because we're killing the next generation before they even have an opportunity to try to get out there and put forth their own effort, because their mind is already destroyed by the music that they listen to.
Crazy thing is, even Cardi B, she admits that she doesn't let her children listen to her own music. But she also said that she doesn't think that her music should be played without explicit lyrics. But she doesn't agree with her music being played to children. It's these empty-headed people that's like, they about that ratchet life, and they think it's okay for a kid. They think it's funny. Oh, she's just singing that song. No, that's bad.
No, exactly.
Turn that off.
You have exposed that's just as bad as exposing your child to a sexual predator.
Yeah, or porn. It's crazy. It's like, it's because it's words. All you have to do is imagine it, and they're so explicitive that they're actually describing deep details of what happens in a bedroom.
And if life and death is in the power of the tongue, and your child is singing that music, they are speaking death into their life.
Yeah.
Or they're speaking early teen pregnancy into their life, because they're rapping about
and that in itself is a death, because your childhood is done after that. It's crazy.
But we could say a lot about that, but I know people probably like, we don't care. So let's get into the whole thing with Tyler Perry. You want to talk about this one?
Yeah.
And now you gotta prop him up, like boost him up while I find the video.
Tyler Perry is an amazing actress.
Madea is the actress.
Yeah,
she's
actress. He's actor. I meant to say when he plays Madea, he's actress. When he plays himself, actor. But he does both. Sometimes a lot of the stuff people say, once you hear them speak, makes your eyes like, that's how you really feel? Because your movies don't portray that. But
his movies do portray that.
Portray this?
Yeah.
Especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man, and is good to you, and honors the house, and honors his wife, and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Listen,
that's funny. For one, that channel, that That background is somebody's studio. I've seen that on multiple people's actual, like that apartment or whatever that. I don't know. It just clicked in my head. Like, it's a lot of people using that same studio to do the talk. But
pure rubbish.
So okay, you talk about it. You said it's pure rubbish. Why is it pure rubbish?
Because, and I'm gonna say this, but I don't mean it in a bad or a derogatory way. You should never accept bare minimum. You should always set a bar. If you're even in your career life, your dating life, everything, you should always set a bar. Never drop below that bar. And if you're interested in somebody that can't measure up to that, they're not a candidate.
So what about if? So you say you shouldn't accept bare minimum, but what if that guy is doing everything that he can, and it's
just struggling?
Yeah, it's just that's the best that he can do. The best thing he can do is be a city worker.
The best thing that he can do is work on himself to do better. Because if you're not at where you're supposed to be, why do you think getting with me will help you get there? That's not how it works.
Maybe he's happy where he's at.
Then he has to find somebody that's okay and comfortable with where he is.
That's what Tyler Perry's saying. He's saying you should be comfortable with him being this way. And
I mean, if you can find comfort in it, then it's okay.
Let me tell you why this is not the first time you've heard this from him.
Mm-hmm.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Mm-hmm. What was that guy that she actually got with?
The one that Charles.
Not the one that had the mansion.
The bus driver.
The bus driver.
Yeah, she was happier with the bus driver.
But he was the bus driver, right?
Yeah.
So, Tyler Perry made a movie to express exactly what he's telling you right here.
That's true.
Okay, and then what was the other one? The one with what's his name? The dark black dude from
Idris
Elba. Mm-hmm. That one. With that one and the dad and what's her name? What's Dwayne Wade's?
Gabrielle Union.
Gabrielle Union. The one with the Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
He was a mechanic trying to buy auto shop.
Yeah, ambition.
Yeah, but he was a mechanic trying to buy an auto shop, so he didn't even own the auto shop yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
he had the dream.
That was Tyler Perry's movie. Tyler Perry's been telling you this. When Medea does that monologue about how, child, this man came home and he's doing all this work for you, and he's trying to help you out, and you just crapping on him. That's what Tyler Perry's saying. He's trying to. He's saying that this man may not make a whole lot of money, but he comes home and he tries to give you everything he got. He gives you the best person he can be. But he's been saying it, and guess what? It's been making him money. So why would we say? A lot of
people believe in it.
Exactly. So why would we say that what he's saying in this interview is not what he's always been saying? And if he was saying it, why didn't you disbelieve it or say something against it in all the movies and plays? Because it was entertaining.
Yeah,
you sit there and you can be entertained. Ooh, that is why. That's another thing that I've been thinking about when it comes to black women in church.
She was some crazy. Okay.
So, do you know why? Okay, so we know we have that divide where not a lot of black men going to church, and then they're not, and some of them say, well, they'll be submissive to the pastor, but they won't be submissive to the man. But that's not true. The reason why she can come to church and the pastor can say something that will hit your heart and she'll keep going to church, but she'll leave a man that's trying to correct her, is because she knows that whether she agrees with the pastor or not, she can walk out of that church and she's gone and don't got to come back till Sunday. And if even what the pastor said was right, that doesn't mean she's gonna listen. She'll listen, but that doesn't mean she's actually gonna follow through on that. Mm-hmm. So that's the same thing about Tyler Perry's movies. But they'll listen to it for entertainment. The woman wants to be entertained, so she'll watch the movie, she'll watch the play, but she'll pick and choose what she's gonna absorb. And she's not absorbing what he just said. She wasn't absorbing it when Medea was saying it either.
So, okay, you think it's okay for a female to accept subpar or
no? I don't.
Lower your standards. I really don't think people should accept things beneath their. Now, if you meet somebody and you down and they're down too, and y'all trying to get up together, that's fine. But if you're at a certain point in life and you meet somebody and they're still struggling and stuff, they have some work that they need to do on themselves before they should be even thinking about dating. That's
how much work though.
That's the problem. People don't take time. Just like Simone Biles and stuff. She took time, work on herself, come back stronger.
Yeah.
Still in a relationship, but she's a woman within herself. Mm-hmm. Right? People don't take time to work on themselves. Get to where you need yourself to be before you bring somebody else into the equation. Because
we don't like to be lonely.
You have to learn to be comfortable with lonely.
And
you have to take yourself out on dates.
We don't like to be bored neither.
You have to entertain yourself.
Define, Monday morning with Mr. Define. That was our last week's conversation.
Yes.
Boredom. We don't like being bored.
That's the thing.
We go out there trying to find somebody else, even though we're not at the point where we need to be with somebody.
Yep. You have to learn this. Take yourself out on dates.
Yeah. But then guess what? All of that. You mean for like the woman, right?
Yeah, that's men too.
Yes, but
you have to learn how to.
The issue.
It's always a social thing.
Here's the issue with this, though. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some woman that's still going to give that man at least some attention and some loving.
The man that's down bad.
She might not marry him, but she'll give him some loving because he's cute. He's tall. Yeah. He's dark. He's handsome. And that's because she doesn't want to be lonely or bored. Yeah. So you can say, "Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to accept it," but somebody's accepting it. That's the reason why those men still exist. Mm-hmm. And the problem is, it's supply and demand. Mm-hmm. If no woman has a demand for what they don't want, or not willing to buy that clunker, then they will force men to rise to a level of achievement that the woman actually wants. The problem is women don't want to be lonely.
Men too, though.
No. I'm talking about the reason why men don't get better is because women don't want to be lonely. But you can't
place it all on women,
I'm talking about supply and demand. I'm talking about facts. Supply and demand. Mm-hmm. The supply only reaches a better grade of material if the demand will not accept a low grade of material. Mm-hmm. If they're not buying it, I'm either going to up my grade of material or I'm going out of business. But weak, sorry black men would be extinct if weak, sorry black men were not accepted at any level.
And that's true. Because if you continue accepting it, it just breeds. Mm-hmm. And it breeds fast.
And I was having a conversation up down, I think it was for the 4th of July, when we was up there. You was there. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like women that are at a high level should not, I do think that they should not settle for less.
I agree. It does a disservice to them.
Right. And I believe that at one point I believe that would be what fixes the issue. I no longer believe that will be what fixes the issue. Because in the fallacy and my thought process was, okay, if the women that want great men don't accept anything less than what they want, and I've said it on camera before, then eventually the non-great men will be extinct. But that's not possible, because there are also women at the bottom who are willing to accept the non-great men.
Accept whatever they can get.
So if women at the top stop accepting, if they stop accepting trash men, then guess what happens? The number of trash men and unsuccessful women will just rise higher. Because they not getting the women that they want at the top. The men are not getting the women they want, so men will just reduce their standards. Men will reduce their standards and get with all the women that's out here ratchet. Now all the men are with ratchet women, and that just reproduces more ratchet people. I don't know what to do. I don't.
It never works because there's too many there's too many like lower levels that
there is,
because
I mean our system is screwed because we don't as an entire community change. That is what brings us to the issue, because if you don't do that, if you don't do what Tyler Perry's saying, then you will end up like Eboni K. Williams is talking about.
Is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
See, what do you think? Oh, you went first last time, huh? I'll tell you, she's 100% right.
Yeah.
And if you don't do this, then you end up having to do what Tyler Perry said.
But she's telling people to get married like young. Is that good? Because you have to grow through so many things, and if your relationship isn't strong enough to handle those things, that's where broken families and broken homes end up. Then you end up having to have a split family.
So what do you mean by grow? You have to grow through what things?
You have to grow through like hormone changes. You have to grow through weight changes.
At the end of college? By the end of college?
Yeah.
22?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Because in that time a lot of people are in like their prime, right? And then you reach a point to where it starts to taper off.
The problem with that though is you're going through that, yes. But you're probably, if you're not looking for a husband, you're probably going through that and still dating other men though. And that's where the issue comes in, because now you get to the point where you're going through hormones and you're falling in love with the wrong men. So when you're falling in love with the wrong men, now your growth has gone from growing mentally and physically, but now you're trying to grow through the pain that you had from the men that you chose wrong.
Yeah.
The problem with what Ebony K is saying is the fact that these women who are in these 7-to-1 ratio in college, that one is most often not somebody that they're attracted to.
So it's like hurry up and grab them before it goes bad, it expires.
That's what she's saying. Hurry up and grab them before they expire, because that, like she was saying, she was on the Breakfast Club and she was saying what the trying to clarify it more is the fact that when you are in college, that's the most time you're going to spend around the men that you're going to potentially want.
That's a fact.
Because what you potentially want, once you finish doing everything that you wanted to do in your early years, you want the man that ended up being the guy that you were sitting next to or taking notes with. But he was not. The problem is those men, oftentimes, unless they're the football player or the basketball player, those men are not often the ones that the women find attractive. So they go get with the guys that's around the campus, especially in the HBCU. They're always in an area that's hood. It's ratchet. They going out there finding those guys who are in the hood or in an environment that they shouldn't be trying to like blend themselves into.
Yeah.
But they do that and they spend that time studying, getting their degree, and messing up their entire emotional well-being because you're just trying to have fun.
So you think people should date within their environment?
Yeah. Yes. Date within your environment, because your environment and
I asked that because okay, so say you're in college and you meet somebody, y'all study partners or y'all have the same study.
Yeah.
Y'all getting along, so y'all end up, coercing and stuff like that, and then y'all get together, get married.
Yeah.
Y'all get older, and then the other person decides to do a different profession or something of that nature. A lot of times, relationships don't last because
they're not lasting now.
Yeah.
It's called the great divorces now in their 50s.
Because people don't stay within their same ranks. They go up or they go lower. And what I mean by that is if a lot of
I disagree with that.
A lot of cheating and breakups and stuff happen because people have work husbands and work wives, and they end up into real relationships, and those relationships work better than the relationship they had with their college sweetheart or high school sweetheart.
Yeah, but I'll get to is what you're saying. You said people grow and then they are in those relationships with those people that they work with, but that's because they haven't. Not enough people are growing up.
Yeah,
they're trying to grow out.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
so instead of you growing up with the one that you've chosen to grow up with, you want to grow out,
and it ends up growing apart.
You're supposed to be trying to build your house up, but you're trying to go out and build a house with somebody else. The problem is we're not. The vows of marriage is pretty much gone. They don't believe in. There's no more until death do we part.
In marriage
it is until happiness do we part, or unhappiness. But if you do it the right way, you can be with the person that you met in college and grow together. Like when we was talking to
it has to
Chris,
be strong. It has to be strong.
It has to be strong. It don't even have to be strong. You have to be dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
The strength will come, but you have to be dedicated to maintain the relationship until the strength comes. The same way Michelle said for 10 years she didn't like Obama.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing that. Nobody wants that. Nobody's
10
willing
years
to
long
go through
time.
that.
That's a whole decade.
Nobody's willing to go through that though.
Yeah.
Nobody's willing to go through the good and the bad. They only want the good.
Mm-hmm.
And then women want to grow. Women want to grow, but they want to grow on their own terms.
Yeah.
And then their own terms is what helps what they feel emotionally. That's why it goes back to what I was saying about the emotional intelligence. If you can't know your feelings and still choose to do wrong, that's not emotional intelligence. That's just having feelings.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence is saying, "Oh, that guy is cute, but he's not
where he needs
on
to
the
be.
same path that I would want for my future husband. So I need to not mess with him."
Yeah.
But no, it's the emotional, it's the feelings that we cave into instead of the intelligence.
But that takes like a lot of time and maturity.
No, it doesn't.
When you're in college, you're not.
It does. It
Is
does
your
take maturity.
Do you think your college self back then is the same as what you are now? No, your college self liked to party, playing. It's not the same.
My college
happens.
self was playing was because I know how women are. I understood it.
Mm-mm. But if you understood it, then you would understand that certain decisions lead to certain consequences, so you wouldn't take part in that. It's the immaturity. Immaturity that.
At that point in time, yes, I would have.
Yeah,
I would have, but that's only because I know where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know the things that I know now if I didn't go through the things that I went through then.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but I did know the right from the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I chose to do the wrong, but it was because I knew how hard. Well, not hard, but how the right would cause me more harm emotionally.
You said right cause you more harm?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of the same thing that women go through now. Women will spend their time during college trying to have fun, not caring about. You know how many? I saw a lot of dudes on campuses, at games, at malls that were trying to be the good guys.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, they were alone. And I was dating people. But the good guys were not winning.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing different now than what was back then. It's the same thing. In actuality, 2004 is what solidified it.
What happened then?
Destiny's Child. And their last album. Because it goes back to music. But that's no, not that one. Not when you pay my bills.
Can you pay my bills?
It was so up until Destiny's Child. Before 2004 they had you had I Don't Want No Scrubs. You said you had Call Tyrone. You had Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. Mm-hmm. You had all these other songs, and then you had Can You Pay My Bills?
Mm-hmm.
But in 2004, they switched the entire dynamic of what a man or what a woman wants in a man. So in the clubs, at the bars,
the soldier,
huh? Yes,
I want a soldier.
the highest, the greatest, arguably the greatest music group that has ever been, especially to create what came out of the Queen Bee, to on a public stage in front of all the black women, old and young alike. Who grew? They grew into exactly what they wanted. What the song was. That is what killed the good black man. That song killed the good black man because it solidified that this is what the good girls want. The good girls want the soldier. So what do? You adapt. And every kid that came up after that, every boy came up after that, realized she wanted a soldier. Every girl that came up after that said, I want a soldier. The good black man was not what the woman wanted. Exactly.
Let me really.
They crushed it. That song crushed the good black man. Because it said that the good black man is not ever going to get the woman he wants. And to this day, it rarely happens. It happens, but it's rare.
A lot of times the good guy is born.
Exactly. Shout out to Mr. Defined on Monday Morning Podcast.
You can't be born.
Because it's
what I'm saying is, okay, you have to have some type of thrill. You can't just be with your glasses on and your book and you
but what do you want? That's the problem. You want in your older years, and you know that.
Spook me.
That's the problem. That's my problem, is because I don't think young women are stupid.
Oh gosh.
I don't think young women are stupid.
Yeah.
And you're trying to the way you describe them as if they're naive. They're not naive because guess what? There's been books. They've read books. The black woman is the most read woman in the world.
Yeah, I love
but guess
books.
what? She got all these books that tells her that she has all these books that tells her that the cool jock soldier bad guy is not the right choice. She's not naive. She understands it, but she chooses to go in the other direction because that's what's exciting, and that's okay. But don't be mad when there's no good black men out here and you have to get the bus driver. Because guess what? That's what you chose. That's what Beyonce sang. That's what she showed. That's why if everybody's following her, they want her blueprint. Say shout out to Jay-Z's blueprint. They want the blueprint.
See that? Gosh, I can't even fight this one because I want a soldier.
And you know what? Before that,
that's all that I hear in my head.
Before that, it was okay. You would see women in the clubs getting with those people, those type of dudes. I was one of them type of dudes. I was just smart enough to get my degree on the same side. I was doing both sides. I was playing two sides of the coin. I was getting my degree and had the hood boy look. But the issue was it was going on in the clubs, and that was confined into a square space. But like we were saying with music and how it affects society, when the girls are hearing that at a young age, what are they growing up wanting? Yeah, they want a soldier. So what are the boys growing up to be? They try to be soldiers.
Yep. It influences both sides.
Exactly.
And I can see it.
So that was a moment. Destiny's Child, Soldier, turned art from the point of mimicking life to life mimicking art.
That's sad.
That's exactly what it did.
They had Solange in the video,
and that was the last.
She was pregnant, and
that was the last Destiny's Child.
She wasn't married.
Album. In 2004 was the last album they put out as a group. So they never showed anything different.
But they did have Cater to You.
Yes, to who? They catered to the soldier. They said, I'm catering to you. But the you that I'm going to cater to is not the guy with the degree in the Poindexter glasses.
But
we got anything else to talk about?
We do.
What was the last thing?
The last thing we need y'all to do is like, comment, share, and
subscribe.
We love y'all. And we're glad that y'all tuned in If you reached this far, remember, sharing is caring. Share and help us get some more subscribers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna hit you with some more later.
I'm your girl Trish.
And I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
And we are Black Press.